Hello.
Are we rolling?
Hello, my name is William Burnett, and I'm sitting here with Jonathan Michael Beall,
Yes.
also known as Entro Senestre. And we've been sitting here for like 55 minutes trying to get everything to work, so we're a little flustered. But welcome to WTTV. It's been a while, so everything was all rusty.
Oh, you mean it's been a while since you've done this?
Yes.
Okay.
So sorry for the technical difficulties, but none of the listeners or viewers will have noticed that we like changed the light bulb, and I still have a really white face, but it's cool. But we look good together, I guess.
That's what counts.
So WTTV. Let me see if I remember how to do this.
Do you have a proper intro?
Yeah, I just did it.
Oh.
Entro Senestre. So let's do it. This is a show about music, and Entro Senestre, also known as John. I might call him that sometimes instead of Intro. You may know him from the Bart Simpson video where he goes like this.
Yeah.
He had a for somehow he had a big. That's how he's most famous.
I'm a meme.
And he had like a, what do you call that stuff?
Viral?
Vaporwave video or something, almost.
Vaporwave?
It was like it was like when Vaporwave went into lo-fi house.
Like, what the fuck?
But okay, so that, and
The fuck is Vaporwave?
But if you know, it was like an indie rock thing where they would like have YouTube videos that were like on a loop, and they would like sample like Phil Collins like on really slow drum loop.
Okay.
And it was kind of in the same time period, whenever that was. But they may know that you had a popular song called Rose Gold, and before that you had several releases as Entro Senestre on various labels, and you did music stuff, and then after that you kind of, after Rose Gold you started Bank Records?
Yeah.
So soon after your YouTube fame, you started a record label called Bank Records, and you released some of your friends and people that you found on the internet's music.
Mm-hmm.
And all the while you also had another kind of side gig there helping Morelli, who's also been on the show, run Lies. You did some of the background grunt work.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I was managing it.
so you were managing the Lies record label a little bit. And what else did you do? So I mean we talk about music stuff. So sometimes I start off. We could just kind of go straight into just talking about whatever, and or sometimes I can start and you can go from the beginning. I don't know how you want to do this, but what do you think?
Let's start with whatever.
So I haven't seen you in a while. You moved away from. You were living down the street, and we worked together at the thing. And you were living, a few blocks away, and then all of a sudden you were like moving to Atlanta, and you've been in Atlanta for what, almost 2 years now?
No. Wait, when the fuck did I?
It's gonna be 2022, like tomorrow or something.
Yeah, but I moved a year ago. I've been in it. I was living in Jersey.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did the Ocean City, New Jersey thing first.
I wanted to get out of New York, and I had, I lived on the beach during the winter in New Jersey, which was a whole adventure in itself. And I found a place to live in Atlanta, and I moved to Atlanta in the spring.
So that spring, what is it now? So that's like, it's not even been a year.
No.
So, but you've been out of New York, so
being out of New York for that amount of time, though, still feels like a long time.
So as far as I'm concerned, you've been in Atlanta this whole time. So I just cut out the New Jersey part, even though I knew you were there.
Yeah.
Have you been doing any music?
No.
So you're just doing like a personal stuff?
Yeah.
Just private. And I don't know. I mean, you can also stop me if I go too far with any of this questioning. We know each other quite well, but one of the reasons I wanted to have you on here is because you have a form of epilepsy,
Yes.
and and it affected your life quite a bit, and it maybe is part of the reason why you moved. But I also, other people have, I don't even know what you call it, diseases,
Problems.
problems, like what, I don't know what you call it. If you have epilepsy, you're a condition. What's the proper term to where
What do they
I don't
use?
offend you?
Disorder.
Disorder.
Yeah.
So other people have disorders, and they're in the music world, and I just wonder, maybe that things that you have done, they can relate to, and maybe it'll help them, or maybe it won't help them, or you can tell them things not to do, or that was a thing that I thought we could talk about that isn't talked about very much. And also, if you don't want to talk about that, we don't have to, but I thought it would,
No, I would like to, because this is what people like avoid talking about.
Yeah. So what is the condition that you have? You know the name
I
of it?
forgot. It's a technical term. I have grand mal seizures. So the form of epilepsy I have is the most severe. I get the most severe form of seizures,
So
and they come on unexpected. And they can be fatal. They are okay, but I'm fortunate enough that they can be controlled to a degree.
with medication or
Right. So some
lifestyle.
people have this, and they have seizures, and they have these type of seizures every day, and they have that's a very severe disability. Me, on the other hand, it's manageable, but it's become less manageable working in nightlife
Mm-hmm.
with this specific type of disorder.
So you find that nightlife, you have like your schedule is kind of out of whack, and you it's a little stressful sometimes with travel or whatever, selling music, that creates the perfect storm for more seizures.
Correct. So my form of seizures is brought on by sleep deprivation, stress, and if it's not those or those two, it's could be brought on by drug use or
Yeah.
fucking NyQuil,
Yeah.
Robitussin,
Alcohol.
too much alcohol, or being hungover, really.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'm in the wrong business.
So
And I've known this, but I don't know, the older I've gotten, the more I've been trying to find a way out.
yeah. So how long have you been dealing with this? Is it like since you were like a little kid, or
I think this started when I was 20.
when you were 20? So you're maybe in college or something.
Oh yeah.
So you're in college, and you spent your high school years around close by in Connecticut,
Correct.
and so you went to school. I know you quite well, so I'm gonna fill in some blanks here.
Go for it.
And you went to school at Fordham.
Mm-hmm.
So you're at Fordham, living in the dorms in the apartment, or
I had an apartment off campus.
and so you have a seizure,
Yeah.
and are you at home or at school, or
someone found me in the hallway of the floor I lived on, in front of the front door of my apartment.
Jesus? And did you have roommates or someone you live with?
Probably. I can't remember.
So so you could have been alone in your house or something,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
you somehow you were in the hallway.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And then
My neighbor found me.
and so what happened? You just went back inside.
He got scared, so he went back inside.
Mm. And he called.
No, he didn't do anything because he was a college kid.
He's like, make it go away.
He's fucking stupid. Yeah. He called my friend, and she said, "What are you, stupid? Call an ambulance."
Yeah.
And so he called an ambulance. A few days, 2-3 days later, I woke up in the hospital. So I guess I was having seizures. They couldn't control it. They had to give me some sort of a I forgot what the term is, but if you arrive at a hospital and you're having seizures and they can't, there's doctors there specifically who specialize. They like put you down, they
Like
don't
put
like,
you in a coma or something.
some shit like that. Yeah, just to like.
So we're not doctors,
Right now.
and your memory has been affected by a little bit. It seems like.
Yeah. It's getting better now though.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't ever been near you when you had a seizure.
Yeah.
But I've been there like right afterwards or like a few days afterwards, and it always seems like you're like mad. It like really makes you angry, and you also have memory loss. It seems like.
Yeah.
Not like complete, but just kind of like, I don't know, like aggravated, I guess would be the word.
Well, yeah, it makes people aggressive.
Okay.
And it gives you amnesia.
Jeez.
So
So that's in college.
yeah, so when I used to have seizures in college, when I first started getting seizures. Well, you don't remember when you have one. You just remember afterwards somebody telling you that you just had one. And I would always say, no, I didn't. And they would say, please calm down. And
Yeah.
then I would object and maybe like, tell them to fuck off, get off me, don't touch me and all this stuff. Yeah.
So you're mad at them for telling you that you had something.
Yeah. And because I didn't remember. And I don't know why it does that, but it can make people aggressive. It doesn't do that to me anymore.
Yeah. And so did you have to like quit school then, or was it like a debilitating thing? Was it like a...
No, but I probably should have, because then it took me an extra 5 years to graduate.
So you're going to so you go through this...
It was horrible.
Yeah, I know college sucks. But
God.
so did you have more seizures during college?
Oh, yeah.
A bunch more. And so you're going to the doctor now and they're trying to like medicate you, or...
Yeah. So they finally, so neurology, as you would imagine, they don't know much about the brain. As specialized these people are, it's a lot of it is a guessing game. It took them months to figure out something that worked.
Yeah.
So they figured out a medication that worked. Once that happened, like, I think everyone just thought, okay, now the problem is gone, the problem is solved.
Jeez.
Not true. That's not how it works, though.
And so, you're still in college, so you're lucky enough to probably still be on your parents' insurance.
Yeah.
Because that's the way it works in the U.S. You can like be on your parents' insurance until you're like, if you're in school, I think.
25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that is a lucky thing, I guess.
Yeah, big time.
And so are you interested in music at this time, or is there any like are you like you're like playing like lacrosse or something, or?
No, unfortunately not.
No music or no to the lacrosse.
No, I had an MPC in my apartment, the same one I have now. I had my turntables. I had my mixer, the same one that you just fixed. Like, I had like a small amount of gear, so.
But did you have like a crew or like a scene or thing you were interested in at this time?
No, nobody understood anything that I was doing, and I wasn't really interested. I guess. Wait, what was I interested in then?
What year is this?
I was listening to Dipset, and I was interested in like. Well, I was getting into production, so I became interested in like DFA because of like.
Yeah. So it's like very early 2000s.
This is yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very early. So I was actually yeah.
So,
Just Blaze and The Rapture.
So like hip hop and DFA. So it's like a kind of like post electro clash. It was like, it was New York. People were into all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and that was post electro clash. Of course, I was into that. Some of that shit.
Yeah. And as a kid growing up, was there something big to you that why you got an MPC, or when did you get that? Like if you already had it in college.
I got my MPC when I was 16, so the MPC, who made me want to get the MPC the most? like DJ Shadow used an MPC. High Tech used an MPC. I don't know. I think Premiere used an MPC. I was a hip hop producer.
Okay. And so you were listening to hip hop as a kid.
Yeah, I still do. I still make hip hop. Everything to me is still like hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're a kid with an apartment. You lived in the Bronx, or
Yeah, I lived in the Bronx.
lived in the
on,
Bronx, went to Fordham, had a MPC.
Mhm.
Just now discovers you have grand mal seizures occasionally.
Yeah.
Trying to get medicated, going to school for an extra 5 years.
Yeah.
So that's just going through. That's like life stuff. And
Yeah.
were you able to like get a hold of stuff, or like were you able to? I mean, like get a control over it a little bit, like with the doctors and the medication.
Yeah, for a period of time.
Yeah. So, because I don't know. I mean, when did I meet you? How long were you out of school when I met you? I don't remember.
I'm not even sure if I was out of school.
Yeah.
I might have had like one class left.
Okay. Because
seriously,
I
man, it
didn't
just
know.
Dragged on.
I didn't know about. You didn't tell me about the seizure thing for. I didn't know for a long time.
Oh.
Until you I think you had one sometime.
Oh.
I wasn't there, or like you were somewhere and you said I had a seizure last night, and I was like, oh, I didn't know you had a epilepsy or whatever I called it.
Yeah.
So so let's try to get on. How did you? I can tell the story too. When I had just started my label WT Records. I think I had put out like the Stinkworks Kino split, and maybe the Hooney record. Was that the second one, or were you the second one?
The Hooney record.
And the Hooney record had come out, and then I guess I got a demo CD. Or wait, you contacted me on MySpace.
Yeah, and then I disappeared, and I went on MySpace.
And
like a few months later, and you're like, "Where have you been?"
and then you sent me like a CD that you like made out of cardboard.
Yeah, I made a CD.
Demo CD.
Yeah.
And then we put out a record, the first Entro Senestre, I don't remember what, and it was like La Cacha and Glazed and some other stuff, and it did pretty well. I think I might have repressed it, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I still have your demo CD somewhere over here. I don't know where it is. I don't know what before it. I wonder what songs are on there, like
That'd be cool.
Last B-Boy and stuff like that. I can't remember.
Probably like Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars.
Yeah, stuff. I can't.
I stole that from Killer Army. And that dude who has those Silent Weapons parties. You know.
I don't know what that means. But so you did this record, and then what happened? Then you were living in Connecticut, I think, when I met you. So you were commuting to school at one point.
Yeah, I was commuting. I was trying to finish up.
Yeah.
Finally finished up. Could not get a job because that was
2008 or whatever.
Yeah. So I started working construction.
Yeah.
In Connecticut. And that gave me that was a cool job.
Fuck.
Yeah. And but I couldn't. I don't know.
It wasn't for you.
It fucked up my joints. I couldn't do it.
It's hard labor.
Yeah.
So 2008, as you know, some of you maybe younger viewers might not know, there was a big crash, I guess, and then they had that like Wall Street stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, Occupy, was that?
Occupy Wall Street happened after that. And a lot of people lost their job. There's no finance jobs. Like everybody, like before, you could like go to New York and like go to school, business school, and then you would just be recruited straight out of school. Everybody.
Totally.
You could just get a job at Ernst & Young or whatever.
I worked at J.P. Morgan Chase for a summer.
Yeah.
Best job I ever had.
Yeah, they just hire you straight out and you're just set for life. And then all of a sudden in 2008, like none of those kids could get jobs. So you were one of those.
I mean, I had the job and I had to go back to school, unfortunately. And I was one of those. But that job was sick, man. I got paid so well to do next to nothing.
Yeah, and then and then after 10 years you get like promoted and you do like less.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not
unreal.
I go ahead. Sorry,
I forgot. Yeah, but yeah, I was one of those. So I just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do." I'll find a job, I guess, trying to do something, and I'll do music.
Mm-hmm. So how did that work out? So I mean, what I mean?
So I think I just I kind of felt hopeless, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
because I really had to. I struggled in college as it, as it was. I thought it was very difficult.
Yeah.
Wasn't that fun?
Yeah.
Um,
But you thought there was going to be a benefit.
and I thought there'd be a benefit, and then really like pushing through to get a fucking degree, and all of this shit, just seemed like totally in vain. But I did it anyways, and then market crashes, and like, it's kind of what's happening right now with the economy,
Yeah.
and so yeah, I felt a bit hopeless, and I was stuck at home, and the only people I knew still kind of like stuck in that place. I was hanging out with some old friends of mine. We were popping pain pills and shit.
Yeah. Connecticut style.
Yeah, no good shit. Like, yeah. And
Lots of drugs in Connecticut.
totally. So but after, I don't know, I quit doing all that shit, and I just said I'm going to focus on music. I'm like, I know how to do this, so I'm going to do it.
So you made that record, and then
I started collecting gear. I started investing in gear. I saw that, like, this on YouTube, this video. Remember this video that Danny did? The bunker video, and it shows Danny in his old house. He's showing everybody his synths, Lego welt, everybody.
when he like lived with his mom though, still the old studio.
Yeah, he had like the big mixer, and he's got like his Juno. He's like, this is like the work pony or something, and
Oh, I don't remember the video, but I know the studio.
it's sick. And they're going through a bunch of his old hits, and like, I was hip to that stuff because I ripped it off of like Kazaa in college, and people were like, what the hell are you listening to?
Yeah.
You know?
So maybe you found like the Disco Nouveau comp and
Yeah.
discovered Lego Welt and then went a little further.
I loved like Gigolo Records, and I'm a huge fan of The Hacker.
Yeah.
Like Miss Kitten and The Hacker, to me, I still
Yeah.
play that shit.
Classic.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going anywhere in life. And this music's probably not going to make me any money, but I'm going to like make what the fuck I want to make. And it was very much inspired by that, because I was also into like film, horror movies, of course, synth heavy,
Yeah.
darker stuff. And I just started doing that and putting it on the internet.
Yeah, and that was like the kind of the beginning of I mean, before that we had forums and stuff, but now there was MySpace, and then MySpace you were starting to be able to like put your music on there, or I don't even remember how MySpace worked anymore, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think
like
you could have like a normal
page,
account, and then you could have like a music account.
and then you could have like some songs on there. So it's like you could like host music for free.
Yeah,
So it was like
4 tracks.
before SoundCloud.
Yeah,
So then you could have like your demos, and you could like see what you were into, and like.
basically.
So we found each other on MySpace.
Yeah,
I have no idea how exactly.
I was probably like stalking you.
Yeah, because and then because I was the only American that no. No, well, probably because I had this connection to like some of the Bunker Records people, and I was on the forums or something like that. And
Yeah, I mean,
could, like, read what you wrote on people's forums and like be like, oh, that guy lives in New York, and then
Yeah, and like who
I don't remember anything.
And it was exciting. I thought it was exciting because it was like we had Creme, and I mean, I didn't know where Creme was from. I didn't know like
Yeah.
who TLR was,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Creme Jack, DeMarc Cantu, all.
Yeah.
I mean, just it was really I don't know. You had to do like a lot of like kind of like digging for this kind of stuff. I thought it was exciting and it was inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started making it and putting it out there, and I didn't expect
Anything.
anything.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't. I mean, that's the thing too. Is like there wasn't so many people involved. It was like there was a slump before that too with the record industry where like every record store closed, like all the distributors went out of business,
Okay.
and there weren't any people making records for a while. And if you found other people that made music, that you would find all of them like all over the world, like all 75 people that were into the same thing you were into. You could find them on the internet now.
Global darkness.
Yeah, and I mean, and then I guess actually they had, I think CBS, Intergalactic FM's earlier form cybernetic broadcasting system had probably existed by then. I don't remember exactly when it started, but there was like a community around that stuff that people, and then you could go to their country and like play a gig. You could go to Sweden or Italy or wherever you wanted to go. Portland or something, and there would be like the person that was on the cybernetic broadcasting system or global darkness. You could go and play a gig there, and you probably saw, that's how people were coming here to play, and then you would go to the shows, and then we met each other. So I put out that record, and then what year was it? Did you move here after that? I don't remember.
I moved here, but it was still I was here all the time.
Yeah.
Because I was living here. I was here from 2001 till 2006 or 7.
Yeah.
And then I was gone. I didn't come back. And then, I mean, I was back and forth because
you're
my other best friend lives down the street.
And your parents' house where you're commuting from is an hour away.
Yeah, by train.
Yeah, so
car.
Or you can drive or you can ride the train, and you're close to the, it's easy.
Yeah.
You got to pay the toll or the train or whatever. Do you get a discount when you're in college to go? I guess there's no discounts.
No.
Is that crazy? Oh, geez, you just got to pay the tax,
Yep.
So you finish school, you're working on music, you put out this demo, you put out this record, and you're in New York City all the time. Then you got like a girlfriend or something, and then you moved here. Is that what happened? Was that your first place here?
When I moved to Greenpoint?
Yeah.
No, I just moved here. I was living down the street from 5 Leaves with, who's my roommate? She owned the place. Some woman named Liz, I think. I don't know, Elizabeth or something.
And
it was cool. I was there for like the summer. I fucking forget, man. Ron goes on tour. And then I moved into his place.
Which was the one on Green Street? No, with Marcus.
With Marcus above
on Manhattan Avenue.
So I'm living in Ron's
so
bungalow.
Ron goes out of town and you live with Marcus.
And I lived with Marcus.
And then Ron came back? No.
And where did I move to?
I don't know. Is that when you moved in with a girlfriend?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
On like a Morgan or wherever that was.
Kingsland.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, on Kingsland. Oh, yeah. I can't ever remember.
Later, I lived on Morgan.
Oh, yeah.
And then I moved back on Kingsland. I'm serious. Then Richard Gamble was living on Sutton. I think so.
So you just lived in the outskirts of Greenpoint.
Isn't it popping over there right now? That's like the place
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't go. No,
There's
I don't.
Nothing over there before.
I don't think anybody. I don't know what. I don't leave my 5 blocks radius. So
if you live in this part, you don't have to.
Yeah, I don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I never did. That's for sure.
And then, but also what I want to know is how did you get from this being on the floor with your seizure?
Yeah.
And then somehow you're in New York City putting out records with a label and a studio and traveling and playing gigs and was it a decision you made that you wanted to do that, or it just sort of happened?
Well, both. I mean, I hate having seizures. I hate I don't know. You take something like that and you use it as like fuel, you know?
Yeah.
You use it as like inspiration. Is that the right word, or is it more like uh hmm.
Like it gives you a drive. It's like a fuel for the fire.
Basically, that's what it is. It's not inspiring at all. It fucking pisses me off. I hate to think about it. I hate so many times. It's frightening, cause like I've had them on the street corner, and I just like wake up and there's like people standing above me. I've had them. I'm alone in my apartment. I'm like, I got something in the oven, and then I just like wake up on the floor, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Let me see if like the kitchen's on fire.
Jesus.
I got like a busted, my head split open or something. It's like, it's crazy. It's maddening.
Yeah.
I mean, it destroys your memory. It's just like, it's very difficult to manage and deal with.
Yeah.
They take your license, stuff like this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as they probably should.
As they should, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's whatever the tests are, that's just something you gotta do.
Yeah.
It's dangerous driving. I mean, it used to scare me sometimes when you would drive. I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. Like some people are like,
because you don't. There's no like signs that you're gonna have a seizure.
No, and in fact, and if I had one behind the wheel, I would be like responsible for the person's life that I would probably take.
Yeah.
When I hit them.
Yeah. So it's not. I don't know. It's just scary.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to like end up in prison from having a seizure, killing somebody.
Jesus Christ.
But that's like such a like real. That's so real to me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you never know.
I just had one. Well, September, and then before that was April, or maybe sometime in the summer, and then I had like 10 in April, something ridiculous.
Jesus. But what is that? Was in New Jersey or in Atlanta?
Atlanta.
Jeez. So
I don't know if that was brought on from the move.
You got stressed.
I woke up one morning and I had like 5 immediately, and then the ambulance got me. Then I had them like all day. Then that was like really trippy.
Yeah, and there's like you're just with your girlfriend.
No, because it was like COVID lockdown. You're like totally alone.
Oh Jesus
So
Christ!
it's like people wearing masks and shit looking over you, and you're like alone. There's people in the background screaming.
So just
they wouldn't like let her near me. They wouldn't let her like come to the hot. Like she was allowed to come pick me up when it was time. That was it.
Yeah. Jesus.
Scary shit.
That's no fun. I keep forgetting about COVID, but
just kind of throws a wrench in everything. Huh?
Yeah, I know. I know. We had to. My father was in the hospital, and I had to like. It was like kind of like in relaxed COVID, and they would like let 2 people in. So
instead of 1.
Yeah. So like my sister and my mom were allowed to go. So I would have to like. My sister would like, take my mom's name tag or whatever, and then like come out the exit door. And then give me the tag, and I would have to like go back in the exit door and like sneak back in. That was my so that wasn't that big a deal. We like worked around it, but like something like I just can't imagine like I don't remember some people I know their parents had COVID and they like died in the thing and you like don't even get to see them or hug them or anything. I just can't even imagine that.
Yeah, that's what happened. That happened to my grandmother in September.
Yeah.
And so,
sucks.
My grandfather is just,
yeah, it'll break you.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's still going on. I mean, so you're in Atlanta. What is it? What's the COVID? I mean, it was pretty relaxed here until about 2 weeks ago, and then this Omicron, whatever it's called, came. And everybody got it. And then New York is like kind of starting to...
You're not familiar with the Greek alphabet? But,
I always want to say Omicron, but it's not right.
Yeah, Omni.
It's Omicron. Omicron.
Sounds like a good old boy.
But I mean, we're shut down again here. So is it Atlanta like that too?
I don't know.
So you've been in Connecticut for a little bit visiting your family.
Yeah, but I don't know. Atlanta's probably
It hasn't hit there again yet.
I'm not sure exactly.
Because I mean, it's like
I don't do much there, so I don't
Yeah.
really leave. There's so much space there. I don't go out, leave the house, and do.
but they don't like close the gym.
I'm not sure.
Hmm. Like that would be like something that you would.
I'm not sure
you would
because
notice.
actually, yeah. And when I took a flight up here, this was just when the whole thing was starting again. And within about 3 days of being up north, it was like it hit the city. And I got a text from a friend here, and she said, "Hey, everyone here's got it." And I was like, "Great,
Yeah, it's pretty
great! I finally get to come up here. I finally want to see like a couple people, something." And everyone's got this damn thing.
Yeah, but I think now everybody's already had it now, so it's
Right,
like
so it might be making its way then further south.
So now we're in line with all the religious fanatics.
Fucking fanatics.
But I don't know. It's been a long road, but it seemed like everything was coming back to normal. I was just curious if it was much different down there.
The attitude?
Yeah.
It's very similar.
Yeah.
It's what there's.
Okay.
It's very similar. It's kind of like everyone has their own opinion.
Yeah.
Basically, everyone wears a mask.
Yeah.
Don't
be a dickhead.
I just think people talk about it less.
Yeah.
That's a relief. But I think there's still like, people still respect it.
Yeah.
But it's talked about less.
Yeah. I just hopefully it's over soon.
Yeah, we'll see. I think we're approaching it.
I hope so.
Well, if there's another breakout and the symptoms seem to be less severe, then clearly there's some sort of we're not doctors, but clearly there's some sort of we're fighting this thing.
I hope so.
Immunity.
Yeah, no, or the vaccine is working.
Both, perhaps. So who knows?
We don't know, but I just hope that I don't really care.
Hey,
it's okay. It'll come back.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. My life is, I don't know. Well, I guess it affected me the other day because my son's daycare closed. So I had to they're like, oh well, daycare's closed.
I couldn't imagine being a parent during this whole thing.
And that was the thing that I started to realize, oh wait, I just had to do this for a week, and then the parents have been doing it for
2 years.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But I think the kids
an
have
8-year-old or something.
Yeah. No, I think the kids have been back at school mostly this year. I think. I don't really know. Oh well, let's talk about something else. This is depressing, anyways. COVID. So your music career, you put out Entro Senestre with La Cacha.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happened?
I don't know. I forgot. I did that. No, I remember now. I did a record for Ilias.
For Echo Volt. Greek label.
That was a pretty good record.
Which one was that? That was with.
I forgot about it, but it
had it was like the early graphic style of Echo Volt. I just remember what it looked like. Like the black and white label. What was it called?
I don't know.
It was fine line between hyper and stupid or something like that.
What the?
No, it's that's the Tone Loc song, but it's the name was something like that. Fine line between love and hate, or
oh wait,
what's the name of that song?
Oh, I had a track on there.
Yeah. What's it called?
Tone Loc.
No. It wasn't called Tone Loc.
I know. Oh shit.
You don't remember the name of your record?
No, man.
Oh, I got Elevate or no?
Well, no, Constant
Elevation.
Well, you put that out.
Did I? Or
Yeah.
Was that on his label?
No, but I made it during the same time.
Oh.
But you put that out on the compilation.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
No,
Stolen.
He stole it. Oh, is he mad about that one?
Probably. I don't know. I'm not sure. He's never mad at me. He's always so nice.
I've never got to meet him in person.
I met him once, like a long time ago. He came with his brother
Oh,
to
yeah.
New York. We like went to like Acapulco, and, like had hamburgers or something.
No, the name of the one track you're thinking of, like the very, very musical. It's like a.
You have to look it up on Discogs
Gotta
later.
go on Discogs.
But Echovolt went on to become now it's like a helping with Into the Light, which is a kind of like a Greek reissue label that's like in the same circles as like a Music from Memory, like those kind of. Do you know that? I don't know. Whatever.
I don't mess with that
This
stuff
is just
so
like
much.
an extra aside.
I know what it is, but
Yeah. Don't mess with it. No,
I don't even listen to that much music anymore.
it's not hip hop.
I've been listening to. I don't listen to.
Nothing. Like when you're at the gym,
I don't listen to
you
anything.
just read a book.
I read.
Yeah, on the treadmill or something.
Yep.
How do you and what kind of stuff are you reading?
Economics.
Like a day trader book.
Is it just economics or philosophy? They're kind of the same thing.
Is there ethics involved in economics?
I mean, they're supposed to be.
But I feel like that's a different discussion, and I don't know anything about it. I just say bad stuff. So you put out this record on this Greek label, and that's just like another internet connection. Like he knows about. I'm friends with him, and he heard your record probably that way through WT Records, and then
He did a record with.
I did a record. The first one was me and Professor Genius.
Right, and then he did one with Lego Out,
Probably
Steve Summers,
Steve Summers too.
and then I was like, well, I'll definitely work with this guy. He did a record with you, Jorge, Jason,
Yeah,
Danny.
all our friends,
Yeah,
and
and he's totally easy to work with and cool.
yeah, very nice guy. Still, I messaged with him the other day. He had a kid too, and
So he's busy.
yeah, I think he's got an architecture firm now. I'm not sure what.
Well, he kind of on hard times because the Greek economy was like not doing well for a minute.
I have no idea.
See, man, we got to know these things.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Tired of this shit.
no, I mean, I you hear that, but I've never been there, so I don't
Me
know.
too.
You know, like hearing thing. You know, I don't know. Like the 2008 economic crash did not affect me at all in New York City. You know, like I ended up getting a cheap studio. out of it, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's
it helped
like
you out.
So, well, I guess that was that time, and we had the studio with Chupacabras
Yeah.
and Elliot Lip and the Pencil Factory, and you would come down.
And sleep there.
There's a fire engine outside, if you can hear it.
Live from New York.
Yeah, well, a Greenpoint, live from McDonald's. I really wish we could use their Wi-Fi. So we're kind of meandering now, but so Echo Volt Records. Then what happened? Did you get like a big check and then like buy a house?
No. Let's see.
So you just kept slugging along.
Yeah.
And did you have a studio, or where were you making these tracks?
I was making these tracks in my mother's basement.
In your mother's basement, and then so you put out this is your second record, and then you just started a tear and kept doing stuff, or
Well, I think I had like that record was easy to put out because I had already made all those tracks.
yeah.
I had so many tracks. So when someone comes to you and says, "Do you want to put out a record?" you can just sort of do it.
Yeah, I'm lined up.
Yeah, because I'm not one to make music or want to even make music. Kind of like I don't know.
When someone wants it, like under pressure.
Yeah.
So I can't. So
I had that. I had other tracks. So those two records. I mean, I did that with your record,
yeah.
the first record, and it was really difficult. And it was I wasn't used to being like criticized. You're not an easy critic. That's good though, you know. But I wasn't used to like any of this stuff. And then I was wondering, like, is this what I even want? And after you put out that record, I didn't make music for like months.
Yeah.
I didn't, and I also had this like guilt complex that I needed to like get a real job, which like I think I still have.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you better hurry up.
fuck man, the artist life.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then I did the one with Echo, but I think the only track I made for that record was the one that we can't remember the name of, Uncertain Tragedy.
Yeah.
So, did that one. I think I ended up getting a job here. My buddy owns a restaurant. He hired me.
Mm-hmm.
Moved back here. Brought some gear here. Started making more music here. I don't know.
And
Before and after work.
And you had, that was like home studio stuff, and you kind of played some shows.
And that's when I
stuff.
started getting more into shows.
So you were playing some live shows.
Yeah. Thank you. Like Aurora was booking me pretty consistently.
Yeah. Who now runs a huge festival, or boutique festival, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, shit. So we were doing that whole 285 Kent thing for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun. And then the people over at Body Actualized.
Okay.
Was that Jan running that? I don't know who was running the show.
Oh, that was like the yoga place, Body Actualized.
Yeah.
Center. And that was on, I don't remember what street, but it was off the Jefferson, kind of by where Bossa Nova is.
Mm-hmm.
And
So all that stuff got shut down, and then we were like, well, what the hell are we going to do? And coincidentally, Bossa Nova opened.
yeah.
And Steve Summers, everybody, had the started Confused House and had like the first night. So he's like, all right, let's walk over there. Let's go check this place out. And I feel like I hung out there every week from that night on for like, I don't know, 5 years straight or something.
Really, that much?
I don't know. Yeah, I went there so often.
I guess so.
I used to, and then several times a week.
Yeah. I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I was traveling more or something.
Yeah, you were doing a lot of gigs.
And
You were touring.
so this was all the beginning of Lies.
This is 2012.
Yeah, Lies had just started. WT was around. This was like peak.
Lies was like getting its. Lies was like taking off.
Yeah, Dope Jams was still around.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else was big. So this is like the beginning of whatever that scene you want to call it.
Yeah.
Resident Advisor and all this. Deck Mantle had not quite started, or when did that?
Well, they had, because when you did the record for me, they reached out to me and asked me for a record, but like I was saying, I couldn't just. It was right when you came out with the record, and I couldn't make the material. Like I couldn't execute. And Juju and George Ass just came out with Deep Blue Meanies.
Yeah.
Which is like, I'm like, God, this is such. How do I compete with this?
Yeah.
I was looking at things from a competitive point of view too. Like, why are you asking me to do? How can I even?
Well, but that still might be the best record they put out.
It's amazing. It's fucked up. So, they had been around too a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were really.
It wasn't on the same. No, it wasn't like the festival.
They didn't have
exist.
their festivals yet. Not the huge festivals. But I think they've been throwing parties for.
So this was kind of like the beginning of where we thought we were all underground, but we were really just starting something that was going to become very mainstream and get very popular.
Yeah, basically.
And now it's like it's a free for all or something. I don't know what you want to call it, but I'm also just old. But so it went on. So you did the. So from what you were saying, you went to Bossa Nova every night, or not every night, but regularly for 5 years. That kind of explains what happened. Like no one was planning on what they were doing. They were just doing it. And
yeah.
So you would go meet your friends and like, oh, we made some music, and oh, yeah, Ron's gonna put it out, or Will's gonna put it out, or whoever else.
Yeah, it was like really exciting, because then it would be like, Oh, have you heard? Hey, have you heard? Or like, hey, have you heard Bo's news tracks that Ron's gonna put out? No. Oh, you gotta come check them out. Listen to this. Like,
Yeah, it was.
everyone was playing each other's new music that was gonna come out.
So it was just like buddies, 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 and then
Yeah, it was like really organic and exciting. We were
Yeah.
going to like Detroit,
yeah. Oh, that's right.
you know.
Jeez. We're trying to remember. I mean, I haven't even like thought about anything for 2 years, and now it's like trying to put it all back together. My only like a thing that like stirs my memory is my like Facebook, whatever. When like Facebook has like a memory, they like try to.
Well, let me tell you, your memory might get better if you don't ever look at social media. So I stopped social media. It's been over a year now,
Yeah.
and I read and I do crossword puzzles and I play chess and I don't drink
Oh.
and I can fucking think.
Oh well, I don't know. Good
But
for
that's just me,
good for you.
because I had zero memory.
Yeah. Well, you might have some outside factors.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm actually trying to build. I'm trying to do everything in my power to reconstruct,
Yeah.
reconnect these circuits.
I actually don't really, since I had a kid, so it's almost been
Must be a blur.
almost no. I don't. This is my. He's away right now, so I get to have a drink, and
Yeah.
but normally I don't drink at all. Like I'll buy like a 12-pack or something, and I won't drink any.
Remember when we used to just like drink in the studio?
Yeah, I mean I would drink a bottle of wine almost every night,
Me too.
and
I mean,
Then-
that was fine and all.
yeah, I mean I managed to have a almost successful career,
It happens.
but
But yeah, so we were doing all this stuff, going out, going to parties. Aurora was throwing parties. Aurora, halal. We were going to Bossa. It was a good time because it was all very organic. People were just making music and it was all being released.
so you go to Chapel Hill, we go to wherever.
Yeah.
Where else did we go? Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, wherever else.
We would go on like tours.
Yeah, little trips. But it would just be like go hang out with your buds and like play at a party. And then like, ooh, I got $200.
Yeah, it wasn't like
You were still like funding it yourself.
yeah, you would have to fund it, get there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Pay for your flight, get there.
I definitely
take
had a
your-
job the whole time.
Yeah, take your euro. Yeah, come home
Yeah.
and go right back to work.
Yeah. Jesus. And then so
Like,
you
yeah, I was actually in Serbia 2 days ago. Now I'm at work. I'm at the thing.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then so you did these 5 years, and along the way somewhere you started a label called Bank Records.
Yeah,
And what year was that? Did it start?
that was 2015, but
So
we
that was-
didn't get a release out until 2016 because
Pressing.
pressing, designing the logo. I mean, I thought it all like summer 2015. I thought was very inspiring and very fun. That
Okay.
was a good time here.
Okay. And so
I started to think about it all.
you were like, "Oh, wait, this is cool." Like you started to realize that I'm hanging out with my friends and playing music and traveling,
Mm-hmm.
and it's cool.
Yeah.
So you're like, "Okay, let me try to expand on this. I'm going to do a label too."
Well, also, no, but I knew it was not sustainable, and I thought maybe it would be a good idea if I could contribute and do some other things that are more like behind the scenes, because I wasn't going to lean too hard into like betting on the touring life or getting gigs. Because at that point I had put out like 4 records. Rose Gold was out, so I had done 2 records with you, 1 with Echo Volt, 6 records.
What a Lies record?
I did a Lies record. I was also on a Lies compilation,
a Deck Mantle
a
record.
Deck Mantle record, 2 with you, 1 compilation with you. I had done like 7 or 8 records actually.
And what about?
I wasn't consistently getting gigs or tours, so I also thought, maybe I can't like just bet on I can put out the material, but it's not gonna just like pay the bills, and knowing that the epilepsy could catch up with me at any moment.
Yeah.
So I thought I had some friends who weren't getting as much shine, and I thought like, well, since I got like some juice, I could like release the stuff and maybe, and if people don't like it, well, whatever. Yeah, but
I'll let the record sit in my house.
I mean, I just thought we'll let the music do the talking, like, you know, and I'm just gonna go on my instincts. And I mean, isn't that how you did?
I don't know.
You know, you hear like that first. I don't know. I just think you start a label, you hear music, and maybe your friend made it, and you're like, no one's putting this out.
Yeah.
What? Like,
yeah.
Let's just do it ourselves.
What was the first release on Bank? That was the Japanese guy?
No, it was Enrique.
Oh.
And he does now, who used to run Primitive Languages with Nick Klein, and now he does DJ Sledgehammer and something else. I don't know. I haven't talked to Miguel in months.
I don't think I know him.
And he was number one, but I basically released it at the same time practically with a Bookworms double LP.
Okay.
Which is like my favorite book.
Changes. It can change. It doesn't have to be your favorite. You like
has some of my favorite music he's made.
I don't know. I have it somewhere, but
and he's got this one record from, what's the name? I don't know.
What?
I forgot the name of the. African Rhythms is great, but he's got this one record, man. I forgot the name of the label, but that's my favorite. I was going to say that, but I forgot the name.
But what is it? American label or European?
No, I think it's a European label. Maybe Northern something, but it's not. I forget. I totally forget.
But I can't. It's hard. You know, at a certain point, there was so much stuff. It's hard for me to keep up. I felt like I was keeping up, and then I just like.
It gets exhausting.
Yeah, there's too much.
So no, yeah, we did that. We just started to, and I asked that summer. I had just asked everyone to send me tracks. I told them I was going to start a label, so send me tracks so I could start like listening to demos, I guess. So I just started putting together records for people, saying, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And mostly everyone was on board.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to put out a record?
I guess I don't know.
Everybody these days.
I don't know, but it was cool because it was just kind of like family. It was like just friends. I kind of wanted to, because also, you know, it reminded me of like sort of like the earlier Lies stuff, because we were just always hanging out around each other.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you want to. That's the thing. That's the reason why you do that stuff. You like forget at some point. You forget, but
yeah.
In the beginning, you're like, oh, these are my friends, and we're all hanging out, and let's make some stuff.
Yeah.
And how many releases did you do? So that starts in 2016, officially.
Yeah.
And by then you're in New York City full time, have a job, maybe still working at the restaurant, maybe a little bit at the Thing.
Oh gosh, see, that was then. I was just working at the Thing, but I was just at the Thing.
Yeah.
And getting consistent gigs that I could just work at the Thing. And
the Thing is the junk store that I still work at. And so sorry.
Let it out.
No, I don't know what I was going to say. I had a train of thought, and then it just like totally like went out the window.
So right around that time, if that's what you're wondering, I had just started the label, put out like 3 records.
And you would go to Europe and stuff like that. You did some.
I did some tours. I wanted to do. Yeah, and I had just. Then I started doing more short tours in Europe. Yeah, I would go for, I don't know.
And you're also doing the Lies background stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I had just started, so I put out like a few records, and then I was gearing up to go on tour, and simultaneously, I think I had just started doing stuff for Ron.
Because Ron moved to Paris.
Ron had been in Paris, and he wanted to like run operations in New York, so I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, like I'll handle your whatever input output or something.
Kind of like it was like
operations. Yeah, you're right.
Basically,
it's a good word to use. I think.
Yeah.
You know, if you get a shipment, be there to receive the pallet. And
shipment goes in, shipment goes out. All I was just like a liaison for distributors, shops. But then I would like
So you learned something there too.
Yeah.
You know, and got some contacts and stuff like that.
Did the radio show for Red Bull.
Yeah. That's cool.
That was cool. So every month I went to Red Bull, did the Lies radio show. He would like DJ it, or I would DJ it, and then I always hosted it, or he would host sometimes. I mean,
How long?
it was fun, man, because it was cool. Because it's like, you know,
Are they archived somewhere?
they might be. I think they definitely sent them to us.
Yeah. Because I mean, doesn't all the Red Bull music stuff is like gone, or is it?
Yeah.
Not? Are they like? I know everybody doesn't work there anymore, but
yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
Shame. It was nice.
And so you know, you did all this stuff, and I guess it seems like there was no. I remember you having a couple of seizures there, and it wasn't like a big deal. I mean, I traveled with you a couple times, or I mean, a lot of times, I guess.
Yeah.
But I never really. It wasn't like a thing that I was like worried it was going to happen. You know what I mean? I like knew that it would happen at weird times, like, but it was only like once a year or something like that, and it would be like when you went back home or something, you know, like.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just kind of bizarre, since it does happen during like stressful periods. Dude, I always get them during the holidays. So if I was home,
Yeah.
I've had them on like Christmas Day like 3 times.
Jesus.
Uh,
Why? Well, because you don't know what presents to get or something.
I don't know. Just the holidays, I guess. The whole season. And no, I didn't have them for a while. Maybe a few years when I was first moved back here.
Yeah.
I think because I was stressed, but I wasn't like too stressed. I was just like working at a restaurant, paying the bills to get by, and like partying.
Yeah.
That's not very stressful.
Yeah.
The only thing I was stressed about was like my hangover and like the rent.
And I mean, is this? I don't know. This is too
Yeah.
much to ask. Were you like smoking weed or drinking or what? Or like
No, I'm not. Never been a big weed smoker. I mean, or
you like to drink?
yeah, I'm a drinker.
Yeah.
You know,
But I was just wondering, you know, like maybe one of these is a factor. I don't know. You know, like.
yeah, they say.
Or and you know, also, you know, I know you changed your medication several times. I don't know.
So when I started touring and I started the label, and then I was doing the work for Ron, and I was still at the thing,
Yeah.
I started to have seizures more consistently. Like,
So it's Ron's fault.
yeah, it's Ron's fault. I would have them. I would just, because I was, I don't know, I think I would take on, I mean, no, it's also just, it's expensive to put out records and then hustle them. And I put a lot of pressure on myself to
Yeah.
seem kind of like, I want people to take it seriously and be legit. And I'm going to put out like 10 records my first year, which
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
But it fucking stressed me out.
Yeah.
And I was in debt because of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well,
You know? And then also like all of this other responsibility so I went from like 0 to 60 too fast or whatever.
So then maybe the stress started coming back, and then
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, you had some relationships. I mean, it's not something we really need to talk about, but and you know, you had to move a couple of times. I don't really remember, but you had some moves and all that at the same time. And then you ended up at a place that you were pretty stable at for a while. You had like your house and a studio, and it was kind of your office.
Yeah.
And then you started taking on too much responsibilities, it seemed like.
Yeah, basically.
And so you put too much pressure on yourself, and the seizures came back.
Yeah, kind of just bit off more than I could chew.
So do you think if the stress is what brings it on, or do you think if you have like a stress-free regular life, they're over, or
I think it plays a huge role. Also, so yeah, and then I would go out. So I would take on all this responsibility, and then I would go out also and like go party.
Yeah. So it was just too much.
And yeah, it was just all too much.
So is that? I mean, all this happened. I don't know. Like when you left, was it because of this stuff and you were having seizures again? Oh, excuse me. But or was it pandemic? I don't remember the timing. It seems like it all kind of happened at the same time.
I actually started looking to move away from New York. Jeez. Maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Because if the pandemic's been going on for about almost 2 years, I started looking a couple years prior when, like, maybe 2018, because I could see it coming.
Yeah, I mean,
because by 2019, I wasn't even working at the thing because I was getting seizures every couple months.
Yeah. And I mean, it definitely takes you like 4 to 6 weeks to recover. It seems like
it's what it feels like. Yeah, doctor will tell you otherwise, but no way.
Yeah. And because I mean, I just noticed you're like, for some reason, I usually can talk to you, but I don't know why. But because I try not to be annoying, I guess. But then I can definitely tell after you've had one. I remember one time that you like completely disappeared, and we had a friend that lived close by to where your studio was, and I made her go like knock on your door to like see if you're all right, and I like had to like call one of your like childhood friends to like get your mom's phone number to like see if you were okay. But it was like, it wasn't. Well, you had a seizure, but it was that you were so like angry after it that you like were like recluse.
I get very depressed.
Yeah. And I don't remember when that seemed like that was around that time, probably 2017, 2018.
That was probably 2016, 17. That time you would have thought that I would be like on top of the world, but like I wasn't, because that was a great place to live too, but I was just alone in there.
Yeah.
And okay, so here's the other thing. I went on to go take all this responsibility and to do all this stuff, but it kind of like pulled me away from the scene and like kind of pulled me away from my friends in a way that was sort of alienating. And I don't know how to explain that to them.
No, so you bit off more than you could chew or something.
Yeah, and then I'm just like
in too deep.
Yeah.
And so then you're just like, fuck this, I'm moving to Atlanta.
And I'm like, well, I got to get out. I got to figure out a way where I can still contribute to whatever. Maybe I can make music. Maybe I can release records. I love to hear like a new artist nobody knows about, and you're like, let's just like put out a record. Like, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And I needed a place that was slower paced, quieter, more affordable,
Yeah.
Still had a musical city, there's people in Atlanta that make great music.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to go. And I'm like, in the weather.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
But I would get extremely depressed.
And so you had all these records and you had your successful label, and then you kind of just disappeared. And I always stayed in touch, but there was no more bank records, no more Entro Senestre,
no
more releases, and this has been since definitely during the pandemic, maybe a year before that. Or I knew you were like trying to release stuff, but then you like wouldn't put them out. You would like show me like I have all these test presses, but then I would never see the release come out.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, was that because of the seizures, or just because you were just like it was just all a thing together?
Everything together. I was just exhausted.
Yeah.
Deaths in the family.
Yeah.
Moving. All of it together.
Yeah. And so, you gonna come back into it now, or what?
Yeah.
You getting ready?
Yeah, but also social media.
Yeah.
Man, fuck social media. God.
Well, I don't know.
Is it entertaining? I bet you I would enjoy it now because I got to step away from it. it really does consumes you,
Um,
I think.
yeah, it can definitely. I mean,
It's captivating.
we don't know yet. I don't think we know the answer to this question yet.
Okay.
You know, I don't know. It's a tool. You know, like
Yeah.
my only creative outlet through this pandemic has been playing at the Lot Radio every week.
Okay.
And without social media, I don't know how I would tell people I'm playing there, or
Right.
it exists on the internet. And you know, like Mark Zuckerberg says now is like you know, that's where we're going to exist in the future. You know, he's like investing.
Well, he's right.
Yeah, and
Right.
you know, they've been saying that for or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
have been saying that it's a, you know, or Ray Kurzweil or whoever these people are, think, you know, you're going to exist in the internet. And is social media our entrance to that? You know, will it be better? Will it be worse? You know, who knows? You know, like will it be different? Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, like you know, like is it better that we just like stay inside our apartment all day and eat the exact amount of food we need to eat to exist, and go on these internet and create this like fantastical life? You know, would that be a better existence? You know, you're just end up being this like blob in a cell,
Yeah.
and your
Living and
existence
existing in the metaverse.
exist in this other realm.
I don't know if it's better. It's just another I mean, we're already in it, in another version of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, like, you know, we're all gonna die. Like, if you have more fun doing that, then why not? You know, but if you know, who's to say that it's better to like you know, I don't know, ride your bike or something is better than playing Tetris or whatever. You know, I don't. You know, like I don't.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's I just think we don't know. You know, maybe it's part of our evolution. You know, to become this like, you know, have a digital existence. You know.
I think maybe what I was getting at is I was just
Sorry.
I no, I think what I was getting at was I think social media used to be like fun and goofy, and it turned into an
Yeah.
advertising metrics.
Yeah, and it got Trump elected or whatever. You know, like.
Oh yeah,
or
yeah.
Whatever. I don't know. Whatever. I mean.
But remember when it was just goofy?
Yeah. No, I know. I know exactly what you're saying, but I don't want to. You know. Sometimes there's bumps along the road, and maybe this is a bump. You know, and we're gonna get to this like great place,
Right.
where you can just like have an avatar, and like you're totally not depressed that you're hooking up with an AI. You're just like having sex with like AI people and like.
Oh right, yeah.
Whatever. I don't. You know. Maybe that's. And then maybe we won't like destroy the earth or something. You know, I don't. You know, like.
Well, I think no, definitely the whole idea of. Oh man, I have it all written down. Yeah, it's going to reduce carbon footprint.
Yeah, you think so? Well,
yeah, because it's like less manufacturing of goods. So in order to get goods, like say Adidas is not going to have to. There's going to be time from the idea of the good to get to the person is going to be like cut in half. It's going to be like folding space and time. An NFT is like a digital representation.
So you can just buy digital. And
Adidas. Your avatar will be rocking those fucking wares.
You don't think your Adidas won't wear out?
And they'll never go. I don't know if they could program them to age.
Of course they can. They could
so your Levi's will get like a nice patina.
No, or you can only wear them for 3 months. You know, like
pre-planned obsersolescence on the NFT.
Oh, yeah, of course. If people are trying to make money, they're gonna figure out it. They've thought of it already. You know, like.
Yeah, the light bulb, man.
I don't know, man. It's a. I mean, I understand what you're saying, that social media is bad and it causes a lot of stress and damage to people. And
I think it was nice to take a break. I think it was like getting the better of me.
Yeah, for sure, probably.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck are these people doing? What am I doing?
I don't know. I mean, it's
and I don't. Okay, so I don't understand like memes and shit. I'm not good at it. Like I always have to have some. Like, can someone explain this to me?
I don't know either.
So I don't get to enjoy that part.
They don't. They're not. They're too.
I'm not even that old.
Yeah, I understand them, and sometimes they're funny. Every once in a while, like one out of like 200 or something. But or I mean, they're always amusing, you know. But they're not like changing my life or anything. I don't know. I don't know, man. The internet's a weird place. I like it. I spend time on there. I like YouTube. I like to watch stuff like where people like know what they're talking about and they talk about stuff or so. I don't know.
Me too.
But I mean, TikTok. It's like they're just watching TV like really fast. You know?
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't have anything to say. And if you need a break from it, take a break. And I'm glad you did. And maybe you shouldn't go back. Because or maybe you need to go back if you're going to start your label again.
Yeah, I think it's like necessary.
Yeah, it's a tool, you know.
Yeah.
So
but I can like look at it from a like a different lens.
but when you start to like sit there and I don't know, just sometimes people look at it too much. It's just like anything, you know, it just went too far.
Yeah, like when you engage in it for too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just like happens so easily.
But so that we don't know. Neither one of us know what we're talking about now. We just know that it we have opinions and but what are you gonna do music again or are you
yeah, so I'm
preparing? What are you doing up here?
I'm visiting family.
Yeah.
I left all my music equipment in New York. I'm trying to get it out.
Yeah. So you're gonna set it up in the basement in your mom's apartment? I mean, your mom's house again, or are you gonna bring it down to Atlanta?
I have a room in Atlanta where I can have a studio office space.
But what, you just have like a like Bowflex set up there now, or what?
No, I don't have like a Bowflex.
What's in the room?
A Peloton? No, boxes.
Peloton. What kind of boxes? Like records that aren't
records and like I don't know, man. Records. My record collection.
Oh, yeah. What records? Jesus Christ.
Like you know, like.
Yeah, what's going? I don't know why.
Why, man? Why do I have all those records?
Who knows? It's like what I do, but and so there's no plans like for the future. You don't have like releases lined up, and
I do,
and
I do. So I'm doing an LP with Slave to Society. We did a release and we pressed it. We did a 12 white label and we also released it on cassette 2-3 years ago.
What is Slave to Society?
That is Andrew Bowen, and he was in A&D techno.
I don't know what that is.
From Manchester. Hard techno.
Hard techno. Is that what? See,
it's like big room hard techno.
Like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
But faster.
Yeah, kind of. Not super fast, but it's just like.
And so the techno people make LPs now.
It's not a techno LP.
Oh.
This is like so. He was doing that project for I don't know how many years, and he wanted to start a solo project, and he approached me, and he makes all different kinds of music at all different tempos. And the first release we did was more of like a faster, distorted, harder techno tempo. But the LP is not at all. I don't know what to liken it as. You can even argue it has, beats on there that sound similar to like maybe like LP or something, like Def Jux, year 2000. So it has all kinds of cinematic, landscapes, like sonic landscapes.
So where can they buy this?
I'm not sure yet.
So is it pressed already, or?
It's at the plant.
It's at the plant.
It's at the plant. We finished up the artwork last month. We were going to do it. We've been working on it for quite some time, and of course COVID lasted longer than both of us thought. Both of our lives have changed pretty drastically.
Mm-hmm.
and he's been great to work with because he's given me tons of space.
So is he living in the UK?
He's living in Berlin at the moment.
Okay. And you've met this person in
I've never met him in real life. He just played here in November. And I've still never got to meet him. And he's super friendly. I'm sure he's super cool.
What's the name of it again?
Slave to Society.
It sounds like a Skid Row cover band or something.
Skid. No.
It sounds like a heavy metal band, like a hair metal, Slave to Society.
Not hair metal.
No, what is that? What is the There's a good freestyle band called Secret Society.
Really?
Yeah.
So we put that together. Now we're just waiting, and once we get that, it'll come out when we get it.
So you're gonna jump back in.
I also have a record waiting on test pressings from a guy who goes by Droom.
Droom?
Yeah.
Droom.
Drume.
Droom.
And he's from Chicago. Younger guy. This is like a 12-inch 5 tracks. Let's see. How do I explain this? Atonal 90s DJ Tool techno. Vaputine. Sean O'Sullivan's Vaputine. Kind of.
Ooh, there's a
Cling clang.
Not my bag.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not your bag.
There's no like parts you can like hum along with.
No.
No.
This is like rhythmic. No.
This is
super cool though. I love it.
So, but you're when I think of your music, I always think that you always have these like melodies. I mean, you do have rhythm involved, but
yeah.
And then
I'm a melodic person.
But you're putting out this stuff that's not melodic at all.
Yeah, like confuses people.
But why?
I don't know, because I'm fascinated with it, because I can't do it.
Yeah, so it's not so
sick.
Because you don't understand it. That's why you're doing it.
I do. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And no, but then I have the third record is from a follow up from Max Watts. He released it on digital a couple of years ago, and I became friends with him over the internet. And I said, "Hey, let's press this," and he was like, "Cool." And we already did the one Primal Spirit, and this is just another follow up. This is more melodic. This is like sample heavy.
So all these bands have like a heavy hair metal names.
Max Watts, it's his name.
No, but you just said Primal what?
Oh, Primal Spirit. That was the name of his. He put out we kind of released this like tribal record.
Yeah, there's tribal and I guess tribal names are like that too, huh?
Yeah.
It's going to come back now. Progressive House is back.
No, he makes progressive house.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
That's good. Because that's got a melody, you know.
He's really talented.
Yeah.
He's super young. I think he's like, I don't know, man.
13.
Yeah. No, he's like 21.
Okay. So that's like what, like half your age?
Getting there. Approaching.
It's less than half my age.
And that's it. And I'm like, okay, that's enough to start. And, you know, as I said, he already released that digitally, but it'll be nice to have that on wax for people, collectors and people who want to spin it.
So the thing that's so weird is that you'll be able to just jump like right back into it and no one will even notice that you were gone.
Maybe not.
It's so weird, man. It's like such a weird time. Like,
because it did seem time has been, or does seem like, it feels like we've been in limbo.
Like what's been coming out now, you know, like what I just know. Only things I notice is like, you know, Trax put out some stuff, you know.
It's almost like Jamal puts out some, you know, Hieroglyphic Being puts out so much stuff.
Is he still putting out stuff?
Is he still doing like,
I don't know.
Tons of
records or digital?
Digital.
Yeah. See, the digital, I still don't count it for some reason because I'm old and dumb. But
I just had to step back. I mean, I was like downloading all of it.
Yeah.
So much material.
Yeah, he's good.
I know.
But but who's still like doing the records? Like I know that there was like the Sean Rudiman on Pittsburgh Track Authority. Like Omar S is still putting out a lot of records.
Okay.
Lies has been have they been putting out stuff or not?
Yeah, he has been.
Still records are coming out. I mean, there's tons. All the Bandcamp stuff is like just nuts. Like I have no clue what people are like when people put up track lists now and they like have all the names. It's like it may as well just be random letters. Like I have no idea what.
Yeah, I know.
There's so many artists. It's like I can't even. Don't know what they're talking about.
I remember when like Jorge was like, "Hey, you should use Bandcamp."
Yeah, no, I mean, I remember, like, yeah, we were all into it. I mean, I've been on, I like it. I like Bandcamp, but I'm not a big digital purchaser. Like my digital purchases will be like, I'll buy on Bandcamp, but only like if I can buy the record,
Right,
Like,
but you've been selling records on Bandcamp for
yeah, since almost the beginning.
the beginning.
Because why not,
Yeah, that was the most exciting part about the label, I thought.
Yeah.
It was cool. Now I'm like, apologies to everyone who's been buying records this year and merchandise. I haven't been in a place where I can fulfill those orders.
Yeah, he has seizures.
Literally,
It's
weeks
not,
in the hospital.
It's not nice. Yeah, it's fine, like.
Yeah.
You gotta. I don't know. I mean. I guess I don't. I'm sorry if we're like putting out too much of your personal information, and also.
I think it's important because people don't talk enough about like. I think it's important.
I mean, but that's the other thing too. Is it's also like trendy or whatever to be like talk about your trauma or whatever. Like.
Yeah, fuck that. Whatever. No, no one's.
Yeah,
we're not sitting around. No one's feeling sorry for anybody. No one is.
Yeah. Just maybe explain your behavior, and maybe someone else that has the same thing can.
Maybe someone secretly has or it's just maybe it gives. Yeah, maybe it just gives somebody some relief to know that they're not.
See, I mean,
I don't know, just suffering. People suffer. Everybody suffers.
Like, cause I mean, my experience with seizures is that I grew up when I grew up, my dad's business partner had a son that was the same age as me. And we would spend some time together, like playing, kids after school or whatever. And I just remembered that he would have seizures like all the time, like daily, like just small seizures, like all day long. You just like look at him and he would be like,
Yeah.
But he was still like a normal kid.
Yeah.
Not normal, but like I would hang out. We'd like jump on the trampoline or whatever, do
Right.
whatever kids do.
Right.
And I think that, this might be traumatic for you to say this story, but I'm going to say it anyways, is that his parents loved him and they tried to do everything for him. And I just remembered that he had a operation one time. They tried to like, some experimental thing, and it like didn't make it better, like it was like maybe was a little bit worse and kind of changed him a little bit.
Yeah.
And it scared me, like you just realize how fragile your brain is, and then like I meet you and you're like, oh, I had seizures. And like, I think back to this guy, like, Jesus Christ, is he going to have to like get his brain sliced and then like, be a different person, or like, will they figure out the medication? It's like it was like I'm sure you've thought about all this stuff,
Yeah.
Or maybe not. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, it's too much, but
It's I wouldn't qualify for that type of treatment to begin with. Actually.
Yeah.
They kind of measure it on frequency.
Yeah.
And because they can't dial it in, and they also can't determine why I have them,
Mm-hmm.
or why they even began.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of a mystery to every neurologist I've ever met.
Yeah. I mean, there's
I think it's tied into my emotions.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a wiring thing, stuff gets crossed, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think, because I've never experienced, they can't tie it to any sort of head trauma. They can't tie it to, I think it's tied to stress, emotions, psychological traumas and stuff like this.
I mean,
They would argue against that, but I think no.
The only thing I've noticed is that whenever you have like a regular schedule and you're like exercising, then you seem to not have seizures. That's my doctor diagnosis.
Yeah, facts. And then also, I mean, because flat out, I'm just like more stable.
Yeah, and I mean even when, but I don't understand how we like traveled Europe, and
Yeah.
like rode the bus to like Novi Sad, like, and you were fine. I don't
Like
know,
like
how did
drunk, hung over the whole
that,
time.
how did that happen? Just
I don't know. I would like, that's another, I think because, I don't know.
not stressed.
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
serious.
Yeah, weird.
Like we're on an adventure. I'm just like, no fear, no, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's amazing that the times in my life when I'm acting the most reckless and having a good time, I've never had seizures. Except for once, and I knew it was going to happen. I
felt
warned my friends, and I did have one the following day.
Jeez.
Yeah, in front of Bookworms and Steve Summers.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Scared them a little bit.
They did, and we never did what we did again. Yeah. We're drinking cough syrup. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. And so you mentioned other people's music. Are you gonna? Do you have anything for? Have you made anything? Are you gonna? Is there any Entro Senestre or projects?
I might have, because sometimes I just jump on Ableton. I'll make a quick thing, because I have Ableton set up kind of like as if it's
an instrument,
an MPC. No, I just have like drum kits and sounds, and I can just like, I can almost use it. I don't have the pads, but I can just now I can visualize. I mean, it took me like over 10 years to figure this out, but yeah, now I can use it and just make stuff rather quickly, but I don't know if it's,
so you can where the pads need to be engaged when you would have hit it or whatever.
yeah, I just know how to, and I set it up how I normally set up all my drum kits on my MPC. I just have like a workflow there.
Yeah.
Only because it's digital, it's like way quicker.
So you have some stuff recorded, or just like sessions or set up, or
I have sessions.
Yeah.
Sessions, and then I found like sessions for live shows that I did that I could definitely pull tracks out of.
Yeah.
If I wanted to.
Yeah. So you just cut stuff out, or maybe loop some whatever.
I just have like there'll be like 50 different sequences of drum loops with different kit, and I could just put stuff together.
Mm. And
so
are you gonna do that?
I think so. Yeah, but actually no, I want to go back to hardware, and the hardware that I used when I recorded my early records.
So that was like but you still had an MPC then too, no?
Yeah, I'll always have that MPC.
So you had like MPC Juno 808. Did you have the 808?
I had the 808.
But you didn't really use it.
I sampled it.
Oh, you just sampled it.
And I had all these drum kits, but I would like sample them. DMX.
Now you can just buy the samples online or download.
I know. But I like the sound of the sample where it cuts and you could hear like the air cutting out and shit.
Yeah, I mean, making your own samples is always inspiring somehow.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to do that and just get back to, because so the last record I released, the 12-inch I did on Bank, I was experimenting more with like higher fidelity sounds, and I wanted to even get on a level of like, I wanted like it to sound almost like trappy, like trap,
like
electro, like trap acid electro.
So like this is like post production or like,
no, this is like, just like all the kits that I made. And the 808s were all, this is all in the box, and this is all, and it's not the traditional stuff.
But I mean, I guess that's why trap sounds the way it does, is because it's like,
I was using like, I would like make kits that were kind of more akin to like that sound. I wasn't like downloading trap kits.
You just use Fruity Loops, man.
Then I got to go buy like a PC,
Oh,
I don't know. I think so. Anyway, so I don't know. I just wanted to do that, and I don't even know if anybody noticed, but I was playing one song, and dude, what was that? What was that record store over there that was underneath the club on West that closed? Or
the record store on
underneath a big club that used to do the roof parties at.
Oh, Halcyon.
Halcyon. I played it over there, and like these two like young kids walked in, and they're like, "What's this?" You know,
Yeah.
these like young like high school trap looking.
Oh.
And I was like, I did it.
So you can retire.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I will cross over.
But that already came out.
Yeah,
That was your bank record.
yeah, right. I know. And another reason I wanted to start the label was just to release my own stuff.
Which one is
it?
it?
Took me like 5 years.
Did you give me that? Wait, I think I have like the white label, and then like white labels always just disappear.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, it was a white label.
Yeah, I don't know where I have to. I have some records. I'm just I get lost.
So I had this thing that I was like, I'm just gonna do white labels because it's cheap and efficient and cheap to ship, and everyone's doing these like really fancy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do white labels. And you told me they disappear.
I can't. I just. You got to do something. You got to put like a sticker on them or something.
I
kind
did.
of. Yeah.
And I stamped them by hand.
Yeah. Well, then that helps. Helps a little bit.
Jesus.
But at least give them a jacket or something. You know?
That's the new move. Yeah.
Yeah, like a cardboard jacket. It doesn't have to have any kind of design, but not just a paper sleeve.
Yeah, I realize that.
That's kind of crappy.
It's too shitty.
Yeah, I mean, you can even if you just go.
It's like an insult to the record.
Well, I don't know. I would rather have a cardboard sleeve than the plastic. What do you call it? The clear. You know what I mean? Whatever they call those. The outer sleeve.
Yeah, that was a mistake too.
Yeah, I just throw those away. I don't know why. But I'm also not the same as everybody else. Other people like have all their records inside those plastic sleeves.
And those sleeves.
Yeah.
I saw people who I sold them records and they took those plastic sleeves off and they put them on like their fancier records. Dude.
Well,
you're welcome.
I have access. I can take the records out of the garbage and like take the sleeves and the inner sleeves off so I could put a white label inside of a jacket.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that. I've been like the stuff I throw away now. I go through, and I take out all the inner sleeves and all the plain jackets and like save them. I used to just throw them away.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, I need it. I should have done that a lot sooner because, I could sell them by the box. We could have them by the door. Like empty sleeves. Like
literally, because I sold a bunch of. What I do?
Yeah, I mean,
I sold a bunch of sleeves to a guy once who was just walking by. He came in and asked.
Yeah. I mean, you could
like $50.
There's a lot of things.
Hundreds of
a
them.
lot of things that could go different at the thing now, and hopefully we're going to be open soon. But I mean, it's just a weird time. So I'm glad to hear that you're seem to be like you're kind of come back or whatever, make your comeback, comeback tour.
Yeah, we'll see.
Reunion tour. But because it doesn't even now, like it doesn't even matter if you have gigs. You know what I mean? You like, don't even have to do any. You could like make a YouTube video and it would have the same impact as playing a gig at Bossa Nova, or maybe even more.
Yeah, possibly.
So it's such a weird time, and also, I feel the same way as you had to like stand back a little bit and we don't quite understand what's going on now or where we're going. Yeah. So maybe it's best just to step back and watch, for a little while until you figure out what you're doing. And then then you can go forward. Because like if you just do some bullshit, it's noticeable,
Yeah.
Do you have any, I don't know. I mean, do we miss anything? We had the technical difficulties really like threw me off because I was all like ready to go. And it took like an hour of like changing light bulbs and
I'm not sure. I mean,
setting Wi-Fi. Is there any period we like missed talking about or can't remember?
I mean, I don't know.
Do you take like ginkgo biloba or like memory drugs or like do you try like weird shit like that?
No, I just try to get good sleep.
Yeah, that sleep is really
and I
good.
drink like a gallon of water a day.
And like turmeric or something.
I've taken all that stuff.
Yeah. I started taking just like regular ass like gummy vitamins, like the like ones you buy at the grocery store,
Yeah,
and I swear I feel better.
probably.
Like just regular like shitty vitamins, like Centrum or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
Yeah, do what you got to do.
okay. So I start. um, I don't know.
Don't think about it too hard.
Yeah. I'm
What were
getting
you? What
lost.
you were gonna say something? You don't want to say it.
Yeah, because
Change your
I don't know how it relates to fucking anything.
Oh, what were you? Oh, so
Oh, I guess I was gonna say. Wait, what were we talking about? Yeah, I don't know.
oh, I felt like you were gonna just say your like workout routine or something, and then you like said, I'm not gonna do that."
No, my workout routine's pretty like
We were talking about vitamins,
vitamins.
and then
What
said
makes you feel good?
I did, and you said I tried all that stuff, and I said I took regular vitamins, and then you were about to say something, and then
Oh,
lost your train of thought. It's okay.
I just got back in the gym recently, so
Yeah.
hopefully they don't close it again.
Well, they might.
Jeez, man.
No, it doesn't.
I'm trying to like,
It actually, I don't know. We'll see. Well, I don't know. I mean, if there's nothing else, I'm not going to push it too far because I don't want you to have a seizure.
Oh, Jesus. No, I forgot. I had, there was one point a couple years ago when I was living here and I was very frustrated and I was having a lot of seizures and I felt I didn't know how to talk about it. I don't know, I couldn't go out and I couldn't communicate how alienated I felt
Yeah.
and I felt like I had all this stuff to say,
Yeah.
but now I just don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what are you supposed to say? Like, like you're at a party, like, oh yeah, I have grand mal seizures.
Yeah,
And then be
hope
like,
you enjoy the rest of your evening.
Cool, buddy. You got any papers?
Yeah, they're like,
Or
what
you're
the yeah, fucking bummer.
yeah. I don't know what it's a.
I
I don't know, but that other thing too is that I've been hanging out with young people more because that's like all I see at the lot. Like,
That's
and,
cool.
You get you can learn from them, and like how to act, and like you realize that some of them are very smart people and they know how to like say things, like rather than like just be a jerk about it, and
Yeah.
so maybe this helps, I don't know, young people could maybe like help you out, figure out how you could like I don't know, it seems like these things like they start saying words like trauma, like or whatever, like these things are
Yeah.
it's like a thing they talk about, and it's like before, like our generation, like no way, like
Do you know what my nickname was in college after I started getting seizures?
I don't know, like Sparky or something.
Johnny Shakes.
Johnny Shakes. Oh shit.
That's how we treated each other.
Yeah.
Do you know, I was at the apex of like hedonism.
Yeah.
Girls Gone Wild.
Vice magazine.
Fucking growing up with Gotti.
Jeez.
It was like a terrible.
Johnny Shakes.
I was Johnny Shakes, yeah.
Damn.
And there's all, yeah.
They
I
would,
thought about using it as an alias.
yeah,
But it's kind of sick.
they would never do that now.
No,
like
they
kids,
wouldn't.
Like bullying is like the thing. Like no.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't even see. I don't even know how to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to learn. One day.
So hopefully it didn't make me like an insensitive jerk.
Who cares?
Yeah, fucking, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I think we're gonna get into to go off the rails here. So, what else?
But I don't know. I wanted to communicate all this stuff. I had all these feelings about it, but now I don't know. I'm in a good space. So I guess with that being said, I was probably just frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad.
And it's hard to. It's like what you said. It's hard to. It's hard to communicate these things when everyone else is also doing it, and it almost seems like it's chic.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, yeah. But the fact that you have to be worried about that is fucked up too.
Exactly. It's kind of
You're trapped.
yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. I think that I'm thinking that we should end it here. But I don't
Okay.
know if you have other stuff that you want to talk, because I don't want to get too rambly.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
already did enough of that.
Yeah, and
Probably have to edit a little bit, huh?
no, not too much.
Okay.
I just got to make the camera switch and then and send it to you, and then you can figure out what parts you don't like. Is there? Do you want to like do any like shout outs to like? No,
I don't think it's necessary.
But so anybody who this is Intro Senestre, ENTRO SENESTRE. Did I spell that right?
Yeah.
With a space in between intro and Senestre, because for some reason Europeans have a hard time that aren't Italian or whatever, Spanish understanding.
Sorry about that.
Or Bank Records, and you can find it. And Jon Beall, thanks for coming by. We'll go in
Thank
the other
you,
room. Yeah, no problem. And hope everybody enjoyed it. Take it easy.
Good night.
Mm-hmm.